Hello and welcome to Get Started. In this series, I'll be taking you through introductory steps into the world of tabletop wargaming. I'm Merlin, and in this series, we'll be looking at one of the biggest sci-fi role-playing games of all time, Warhammer 40,000. For this series, we'll be using this, the Warhammer 40,000 Command Edition Starter Set. And throughout this series, we'll be working our way through its contents as we build, paint and play as we take our first steps into the 41st millennium where there is only war. Warhammer 40,000 is a tabletop role-playing game for 2 or more players. Players collect armies of detailed Citadel miniatures, bring them to life with painting schemes, and then we finally take them to the tabletop as we let dice and bolt shells fly. In Warhammer 40,000 Command Edition, you receive 2 starter armies, the mighty Space Marines and the ancient Necrons. You also get a wonderful set of scenery, dice, tape measures, and a game mat to play on. It also includes a handy rulebook called the Command Manual. Inside you'll find 6 missions, which will add new models and new rules to your games of Warhammer 40,000. There's also galleries of wonderful painted models by the Games Workshop Citadel paint team. There is also finally a mini rulebook when you're ready to take your games to the next level. Throughout this series, we'll be covering the 3 stages of Warhammer 40,000. First, we'll build our models. Next, we'll paint them. I'll give you some basic tips as well as some advanced ones later on. Finally, we'll put our models through their paces on the battlefield. Each section will be its own video. This is handy. You will then be able to skip ahead if you don't need the paint guides, or even rewatch them later on when you are asked to refer back to previous steps. Finally, I'll be giving you a few ideas at the end of the series on how to expand Command Edition, and throughout I'll also give you some extra tips on how to make your Command Edition come to life a whole lot more. So, all what's left to do is introduce you to the armies I'll be painting for this series. For my Space Marines, I'll be painting up the Crimson Fists. The greatest of all mankind's defenders are the Space Marines. Post-human and built for war, they are armoured in the finest power armour and wield the most potent weapons. No chapter honours the protection of humanity more than the Crimson Fists. Noble scions of the Primarch Rogel Dawn. Having faced near complete annihilation at the hands of the Orcs, the chapter has endured, and now, in the era Indomitus, they are rebuilt and reinforced, thanks to the Primaris Space Marines and the leadership of Chapter Master Pedro Cantor. And for my Necrons, I'll be painting the Novok dynasty. So ancient beyond all races save the Aldari, the Necrons are immortal, soulless automatons, whose only goal is to reclaim their lost empire. Even before becoming androids, the people of the Novok were brutal and bloodthirsty. Now, after a millennia of sleep, Pharaon Galmak, the Moonkiller, and the Novok dynasty will take back what is theirs, one lesser race at a time. Okay, we've met our armies, and now it's time to start building. I'll see you in the next video. Mission 1, First Contact, Part 1, Building. Thank you for watching. I've been Merlin, and I'll see you next time on Get Started. Goodbye.